Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
Fantastic work in this piece. What did you know about Anthropoid before getting on board with this project?
Absolutely nothing.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, just genuine, like, that's just the truth of it. My Second World War history in general probably isn't up to scratch. It's certainly better since making this movie, but this particular mission, I honestly didn't have a clue about, which is amazing after the fact, because it had such a huge impact on the outcome of the Second World War and the outcome of the world, basically. And to not have known about it, I couldn't really believe it.
Were there parts while you were filming, because it's intense, it's an intense story, and it's real, which makes it even more intense, but when you guys were filming this, were there days that you were like, wow, I just can't believe this really happened?
Yeah, pretty much kind of every day, really. You know, it was an amazing time in history, an extraordinary time, and you know, you think that you're sort of surprised by the power of the human, you know, condition that these people can actually carry out and act like this. And also, what I was fascinated about was obviously the heroism, but more so the fact of the guilt that they had to deal with these reprisals, which were just, you know, thousands of innocent people died after this, and you're trying to figure out, what are we doing here? And they didn't have the benefit of hindsight, or they didn't have the distance. They weren't aware of history, so the ramifications of what it would be like. So it was very, very, humbling the whole time making this film.
What about the accents? I'm from Texas. I don't really have a thick accent unless I'm drinking. but and we're wasted now. I'm just kidding. But the Czech accents, where did you practice? You guys nailed it. Did you practice in the mirror?
Thanks, man. I mean, look, you know, Sean had quite a clear idea of what they wanted them to be, and they didn't want to be something that it was really overbearing, that it didn't want to be too accented to a point that you're really picking up on it. You wanted them to be sort of relatively subtle, so that it wouldn't draw you away from the actual story. So, you know, you work with a dialect coach. Cillian and I happen to work with the same dialect coach anyway in London, so that was all kind of tidy. And we had the benefit of working with a lot of Czech actors and having 90% Czech crew around us. Czech actors are speaking English with a Czech accent, so that was what we were trying to achieve, so it was kind of useful to have them.
What about the training? Because there's some very intense fight scenes, lots of action in this. And that sounds cliche, but there really is. How did you all train for this?
Well, we did it quite a bit, you know. We went out to this gun range that they have outside Prague, and we shot off a lot of the old actual guns that they used in the film. And I shot the Sten gun, which is kind of ironic because I never get to shoot it in the movie because it doesn't work, you know. And yeah, there was all these experts and reenactors there who showed us like how to you know, roll your parachute, where to conceal the weapons, all of that stuff. So we had you know, so much research and so much stuff to kind of absorb throughout it all.